The War of the Mermaid Tribes. Deep beneath the ocean, where the sunlight barely touched the water, there existed three powerful mermaid tribes. 1. Luminara, the tribe of light, ruled by the kind and just Queen Eliana. They protected the ocean and believed in peace. 2. Nathra, the tribe of darkness, ruled by the ruthless and ambitious Queen Selenora, who sought to conquer the entire sea. 3. Sunshine Tribe, a tribe of golden mermaids who stayed neutral in most conflicts but held the power of sunlight within them. For centuries, the ocean remained in balance, with each tribe respecting its own territory. But Queen Selenora was not satisfied. She wanted absolute rule over all the seas. The rise of darkness. Selenora gathered her forces and prepared for war. But she knew that conquering Luminara alone would not be enough. She needed stronger allies. So she turned to the Sombra tribe, a secretive and feared group of mermaids who mastered dark magic. Their queen, Uranus, was as dangerous as the deep abyss itself. "Join me," Selenora told Uranus, "and we will drown the ocean in darkness together." Uranus agreed. With the combined power of Nithra and Sombra, darkness began spreading through the waters. The first war without warning, Selenora and Uranus launched an attack on Luminara. The battle was fierce. Eliana and her warriors fought bravely, but the enemy forces were too strong. Uranus's dark magic created shadows that swallowed the light, and Selenora's army crushed everything in its path. Luminara was on the verge of destruction when suddenly the Sunshine Tribe arrived. Queen Arisia of the Sunshine Tribe had remained neutral for centuries, but she could not watch darkness consume the ocean. She and her warriors joined forces with Luminara, and together they pushed back the darkness. In the final battle, Selenora was defeated and destroyed. The Nathra tribe scattered and the ocean was saved. But when the battle ended, Uranus was nowhere to be found. The mystery of Uranus. No one knew what happened to the Queen of Sombra. Some believed she had died in the war, others feared that she had escaped into the deepest parts of the ocean, waiting for her chance to return. Years passed, and peace returned. The ocean flourished once again under the rule of Queen Eliana and Queen Arisia, but far beneath the waves, a shadow was awakening. The return of Uranus years had passed since the defeat of Queen Selenora. Under the rule of Queen Eliana and Queen Arisia, peace thrived in the ocean. The mermaid tribes flourished, believing that darkness had been banished forever. But far beneath the ocean's surface, in the deepest abyss where no light could reach, something stirred. Uranus was alive. After the fall of Selenora, Uranus had used her dark magic to vanish, escaping into the Trench of Shadows, a forbidden place where even the strongest mermaids dared not go. For years, she remained hidden, regaining her strength, absorbing the energy of the abyss, and perfecting her magic. But this time, she would not act recklessly. This time, she would not just conquer the ocean. She would consume it. The signs of darkness. Strange things began happening in the ocean. Luminara's mermaids started disappearing. Unnatural storms raged in the waters. Shadowy figures were seen lurking in the depths. Queen Eliana and Queen Arisia sensed the disturbance. They gathered their warriors, preparing for battle. But one young mermaid, Selena, was the first to discover the truth. While exploring the deep reefs, she heard a chilling whisper. "Light is weak. Darkness will rise again." She turned, but there was nothing there, only a swirling black mist. Selena rushed back to Luminara and told Queen Eliana everything. Eliana's heart sank. "She has returned," she whispered. "The Shadow Army strikes." Before the queens could act, the ocean trembled. A massive wave of black water surged toward Luminara's kingdom. From the darkness, Uranus appeared, her body wreathed in shadows, her eyes glowing with abyssal power. "I have returned," she declared, "and this time nothing will stop me." Behind her, a new army emerged, mermaids, sea creatures, and monstrous beings, all corrupted by her magic. The final war had begun. The final war. The mermaids of Luminara fought bravely, but Uranus's forces were unstoppable. Her magic devoured light itself, and her warriors were relentless. Eliana and Arisia faced Uranus together, launching powerful attacks of light and sun energy. But Uranus had grown far stronger. She absorbed their attacks as if they were nothing. "Your light is useless against me," Uranus sneered. "The abyss has made me invincible." It seemed like all hope was lost. Selena's ultimate sacrifice. As the queen struggled against Uranus, Selena realized something important. Uranus's power was vast, but it all came from one source, her heart, where the abyss's energy was stored. If someone could strike at her heart with pure light, she could be defeated. Selena, despite being young, was one of the strongest light wielders in Luminara. Summoning all her energy, she created a spear of pure light, a weapon so powerful that it could pierce through even the darkest magic. With her heart pounding, she swam toward Uranus while she was distracted fighting the queens. And then she struck. The spear pierced Uranus's heart. The end of darkness? Uranus let out a horrific scream. Dark energy erupted from her body, shattering her spell over the ocean. Her army collapsed, freed from her control. No, this cannot be. Uranus gasped, "I am darkness." With one final shriek, she dissolved into nothingness. The war was over. A new era of peace. With Uranus's death, her dark influence disappeared. The ocean was safe once more. Queen Eliana and Queen Arisia honored Selena as the hero of the ocean, for without her, they would have lost. The tribes united, vowing to never let darkness rise again. For the first time in centuries, true peace had come. But in the deepest abyss, far, far away, in the darkest depths of the ocean, a faint whisper echoed. A shadow flickered in the abyss. Light may have won this battle, but darkness never truly fades. The end, or the beginning of something new. The shadows still whisper. The ocean was at peace once again. With Queen Uranus defeated, the mermaid tribes of Luminara and Sunshine ruled over a bright and prosperous sea. Selena, the young mermaid who struck the final blow against Uranus, was celebrated as a hero. Statues were built in her honor, and she was named Protector of the Ocean. But even in times of peace, shadows never truly disappear. A sinister presence. One night, as Selena swam near the reef, she felt something strange. The water had turned colder than usual. A dark mist swirled in the depths below, and then, a whisper. "Did you really think she was the only one?" Selena froze. Her heart pounded. Who was speaking? But when she turned, there was nothing there. Still, she couldn't shake the feeling that something or someone was watching her. The ancient prophecy. The next morning, Selena rushed to Queen Eliana and Queen Arisia, telling them what she had experienced. The two queens exchanged a worried glance. Then, Queen Arisia sighed and led Selena into a secret chamber deep within the royal palace. There, on the wall, was an ancient carving, a prophecy written long ago. The words were clear. When the Abyss Queen falls, the shadow heir will rise. Selena gasped. Uranus had an heir? Eliana nodded. We never knew for sure, but now it seems the legend was true. Arisia touched the carving. And if the prophecy is right, then she is coming. The shadow heir awakens, far beyond the kingdoms of Luminara and Sunshine. In the darkest depths of the ocean, a figure stirred. She had been waiting, growing, learning. Her name was Nyx, and she was the daughter of Uranus. With glowing violet eyes and dark tendrils of shadow magic swirling around her, Nyx opened her eyes for the first time in years. She remembered everything, how the light had destroyed her mother, how the mermaids of Luminara and Sunshine had stolen her birthright. Now it was her turn. They think they have won, she whispered to the abyss, but they have only awakened something far worse. And as the waters trembled with dark energy, the ocean's greatest war was yet to come. The rise of Nyx. Far beneath the ocean, where no light had ever touched, Nyx stood before an ancient, ruined temple. This was the shrine of the abyss, a place of immense dark power, a power that once belonged to her mother, Uranus. She pressed her hand against the cold stone, feeling the ancient magic surge through her veins. A voice echoed through the darkness. You seek vengeance, but are you ready to embrace the abyss? Nyx closed her eyes. She could still hear the screams of her mother, the pain of her defeat. Her voice was steady. I am ready. A surge of pure shadow energy erupted around her, filling the ruins with a dark glow. The ocean trembled as if it knew something terrible had awakened. The shadow heir had risen. A warning from the depths. Back in Luminara, Selena had been restless since learning about the prophecy. One night, she had a vision, a dream so real it felt like she was awake. She found herself deep underwater, surrounded by ruins. The air was thick with shadows, and in the distance, she saw a figure, Nyx. The dark mermaid turned toward her, her violet eyes glowing. You stole my mother from me, she whispered. Now I will take everything from you. Selena gasped as a wave of darkness rushed toward her, and then she woke up. Her heart pounded as she looked around. The palace was quiet, but the fear in her chest told her one thing. It wasn't just a dream. She had seen the future. Nyx was coming. The Council of the Three Queens. The next morning, Selena told Queen Eliana and Queen Arisia about her vision. Eliana's face turned pale. "We cannot ignore this. If Uranus had a daughter, she will stop at nothing to finish what her mother started." Arisia nodded. "Then we must prepare for war. But this time, we are not alone." She turned to one of her royal guards. "Send word to the Coral Kingdom. The Pearl Priestesses must know of this." Selena frowned. "The Coral Kingdom? I thought they never got involved in war?" Arisia's expression was grim. "They don't, unless the ocean itself is in danger." Nyx's first move deep in the abyss, Nyx stood before her army, dark mermaids, monstrous sea creatures, and ancient beings that had been sleeping for centuries. She raised her hand and the shadows around her grew stronger, darker, unstoppable. Tonight, the ocean will remember the name Nyx. The war was about to begin, the first attack. The ocean was calm, too calm. In Luminara, Queen Eliana stood at the palace balcony, gazing at the waters. The sun shone brightly, but something felt wrong, like a storm was hiding beneath the surface. Then, a scream echoed from the outer village. Eliana turned sharply as her royal guards rushed toward her. "Your Majesty, we are under attack." From the depths of the sea, a massive wave of darkness surged forward. The first battle had begun, the shadows unleashed. Selena and the warriors of Luminara swam out, weapons glowing with light magic. But as they reached the battlefield, they saw something they had never faced before. The Dark Army wasn't just mermaids, it was something worse. Shadow serpents slithered through the water, their eyes glowing red. Abyssal beasts, creatures long thought to be myths, roared as they charged. And leading them, in the center of the chaos, was Nyx. She floated calmly, watching as her creatures spread destruction. Selena's eyes locked onto hers. Nyx smirked. "Did you miss me? Battle of the Deep." The warriors clashed. Light magic met shadow, and the water turned into a battlefield. Selena struck down a serpent, dodging as a dark mermaid lunged at her. But no matter how many they defeated, the shadows kept growing. Then Nyx made her move. She raised her hands, and the shadows swallowed the sun itself. For the first time in centuries, Luminara was covered in darkness. Queen Eliana gasped as the ocean turned pitch black. And then, in a voice that sent chills through every mermaid's soul, Nyx whispered, "This is only the beginning." The fall of Luminara? Blinded by darkness, the warriors of Luminara were at a disadvantage. One by one, they fell back, struggling to fight without light. Eliana clenched her fists. She had to do something, fast. She turned to one of her messengers. "Find Queen Arisia. Tell her we need the Sunshine Tribe now." But before the messenger could leave, a shadow wrapped around her throat. Nyx's magic had reached the palace. Eliana stepped forward, summoning a blast of pure light to push the darkness back. But deep inside, she knew the truth. If Arisia didn't arrive soon, Luminara would fall. The last hope. Far away in the golden waters of the Sunshine Tribe, Queen Arisia stood on the shores, watching the horizon darken. She knew what it meant. With a heavy heart, she turned to her warriors. The time has come, and as the light of the sun rose over the battlefield, the war for the ocean truly began. The final battle, the end of darkness. The ocean trembled as Queen Arisia and the Sunshine Tribe arrived, their golden spears glowing like miniature suns. Nyx stood at the heart of the darkness, her violet eyes burning with fury. "You think light can defeat me?" she snarled. "I was born in the abyss. I am the abyss." But Queen Eliana, Queen Arisia, and Selena stood together, their light magic merging into one. "Darkness has ruled for too long, Nyx," Eliana declared. "But today, it ends." Nyx screamed in rage and launched a massive wave of shadows, trying to consume them all. But Arisia raised her hands, summoning the power of the sun itself. A beam of pure golden light shot through the ocean, burning away the darkness. Nyx shrieked as the light struck her. "No, I will not be defeated. I am eternal." Selena dove forward, spear in hand, and with one final powerful strike, she pierced Nyx's heart. A shockwave erupted. Nyx's body froze, her eyes wide with disbelief. Cracks of golden light spread across her form, and then she shattered into nothingness. The abyssal creatures howled in agony as they too dissolved, their dark magic broken. The ocean, once covered in shadows, was filled with light again. Nyx, the shadow heir, was gone. Forever. A new era of peace. As the battle ended, the mermaid tribes rejoiced. Queen Eliana turned to Arisia and Selena, smiling. "The ocean is safe again," Arisia nodded. "Thanks to Selena." Selena looked at her hands, still glowing with the last remnants of light magic. She had never felt stronger. She had ended the darkness once and for all, and as the ocean shimmered under the golden sun, peace finally returned. The war was over. The end.